What's going on, y'all? I'm about to send this link out. Then we're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, let me go ahead and send this link out. Today is Tuesday. Well, no, it's about to be Wednesday. All right, bam. All right, so what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Go wait for y'all to jump in here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We got about 3 minutes until London starts. Going to be looking at the regular standard pairs we usually look at. As far as news today, we have FOMC, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to be going live at 2 o'clock with the members for FOMC. So right now we're about to be looking at possible setups for London and then possibly New York also. Starting off the week with the nice GN sell, entered it on Monday, hit a couple TPs, and then even during the holiday yesterday, the final TP got hit. Now we're just chilling deep in profit. I got 2 positions on this current trade. If price can break this level, I'm going to look to add a 3rd position. I believe I posted the screenshot of my 2 positions on my Instagram story. If not, I'm going to post the updated screenshot after we're done with this live stream. Or I might do it while we're live, just depending on how the live goes. But yeah, price can break this level right here. I'm going to look for a 3rd position right here. I'm going to do this right here. Yeah, but we haven't entered another position here. I'm still holding the position from Monday/Tuesday, which is all the way up here. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered this yet. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Last week we went 14-0, took 0 losses, caught a total of 31,542 pips. And then last month we went 55-4, catching 151,295 pips. We're going to pull that up and go over that in a second as well. Yeah, so looking at GA, I want to wait to see how it reacts to around 90.45. And if it treats that as a resistance, we can possibly look for sells. But if it breaks that level and treats that support, I'm going to wait to see how it reacts to the daily level. But we're going to leave that alone for right now. I'm just going through these pairs to see what we're going to be looking at for the live. We'll pull the indices up in a second as well. Yeah, so AED pairs are pushing. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all in here. So looking at gold, really depending on how gold reacts on this daily level here, we could see a possible reversal. But if price can break back and hold back below around 1918, we could look for possible sells. But if price continues to hold this level of support like it was kind of doing on Monday and yesterday, we could possibly be seeing a reversal and possible buys. So just going to be watching gold to see how it reacts. Might go for a buy. I did have this buy set up. I'm going to fix this because it's stop loss. That's a decent stop loss, I guess. Yeah, we can leave the stop loss right here. Yeah, so we're going to see what this next couple 15s look like. We got about 10 seconds till the London session starts. So let's go back on GJ. So we're going to be watching GJ. We're going to be watching gold. And we're going to be watching GN. And the indices are doing some retracements. So we're going to let them do their thing for right now. And then we're going to go from there. Our new 15 just started. So me and the members, we are currently in this trade right here. We entered this last night. We hit like TP1 or TP2 last night. We're back in profit currently on this trade. I posted the position last night on my Instagram story as well. Yeah, so looking at GJ, it's still actually no, scratch that. So those that was watching the live on Monday, because we didn't go live yesterday because of the holiday. Those was watching the live Monday. Price did exactly what we were looking for it to do. It broke this resistance to the left and it's making a new higher high. So price can continue to hold this level of support. We can continue to see the bullish momentum continue and push in our direction. And then we can possibly see like 184.50 get hit. And depending on how 184.50 reacts, we could continue to be pumping up. Again, we do have FOMC today, and then looking at the rest of the week, on Thursday, we have some ADP. Then we also have ISM services, and then on Friday, we have non-farm employment change, which is what we usually have the first Friday of every month. Yeah, so GJ is pushing nicely. The next trade we enter, of course, is going to be in the free signal room. So we're just looking at some possible more entries. But we're going to keep this on the screen for right now. I got it on my other screen, though, the other pairs. But so far, we're just waiting on some more confirmations. Let me see here. Yeah, so while we're chilling, let's go ahead and pull it up. So those are just doing the stream, go ahead and hit that first link in the description. If you do this, what you're going to see here, you scroll up, you're going to see the last trade we took, which was on Tuesday and Monday, which was this GM play. We caught a total of 130 pips off that one position. We're a little bit up more than that now. But with all the trades I post, you're going to see my personal entry, SL, TPs. You're going to see how many people viewed or entered the trade, the time the trade was posted, the reactions, TPs getting hit, and the screenshots of the position. So we scroll up a little bit further than that. We're going to see how we did last month. Last month, we went 55-4, with giving us a 93% win rate for the month. We only took 4 losses last month, 55 wins. We caught a total of 151,295 pips. 136,267 of those pips were strictly caught with the members in the advanced play signal room. You click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of the month, which you see is right here. All wins, losses, everything is posted in here. Literally from the entire month, you're going to see all the trades taken, screenshots in the positions, all that stuff. So at the end of every day and every week, I do the recap, which you see here, which goes over all the trades taken in the free signal room and in the advanced play signal room. Go over what TP got hit or what SL got hit, how many pips was caught each trade, and then the total pips, and then the record, and all that good stuff. So make sure to explore and check that out. The first week we went 9-1 and gave us a 90% win rate. This is how we did the month of May, I believe. So the month before that, we went 46-5, giving us a 90% win rate. So make sure to check that out. And as far as last week we went 14-0. Monday, we caught 16,635 pips. Tuesday, we caught 811 pips. Wednesday, we caught 1,505 pips. Thursday, we caught 12,310 pips. And then Friday, we caught 201 pips. You click right here, just like that. You're going to see the first trade we took on that Monday, which was the 26th. We see we started that week off with a bang. We also had a nice NAS sell with the members. Make sure to check that out. And then also looking to the right, we almost hit the next TP on GJ. I'm still looking at the pairs as well, but we're just waiting on some confirmations. Watching and then indices as well. Let me try to pull this up. Yeah, but so far this month we'll take 2 trades, and then of course we didn't take any other positions yesterday because of the holiday. Hold on, my other screen, there it goes. My other screen was tripping out. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? I see you. There we go. I don't know what's going on with my thing. My thing like lagging. All right, cool. Yeah, so me and members are in this trade. We've been catching buys literally for the past few months. We caught buys all. Let's go ahead and restart that. We've been catching buys all last month, as you can see here. And if you explore the free signal room, you're going to see that we also been calling a bunch of GJ positions in both the free channel and the advanced play signal room. You see, we've just been catching this entire wave up. You see, this was all the way in May. This was May 4th. So all of May and June, we've been catching the buys. You see right here, this was all the way in April. Let's go on a bigger time frame. And then we also were catching the sells on the way down as well. And again, how we've been catching these buys and how we've been continuing to catch these buys from the beginning is just simply because we're on the daily time frame and we're following the overall direction flow on the bigger time frame, because price moves on a day by day, week by week, month by month basis. So if you trade based off the bigger time frames, not only are you going to catch more pips, but you're going to be going with the overall direction of price instead of on a smaller time frame where you're just catching a quick move and pump. This way we're catching daily candlesticks at the daily candlesticks. And let me go ahead and let the members know that the TP3 just got hit. Yeah, we entered this last night, all right, because Tokyo session is strictly members only. And then London and New York is a mix of both. But Tokyo session, any trades taken during Tokyo session are strictly with the members. I'm going to post a screenshot on my story. Yeah, so the next target for this is going to be 185.05. I mean 184.05, excuse me. There we go. And as far as GN, it's kind of just ranging right now. We're waiting to see if it can break this next level where we see last night it hit this level, rejected, and it's kind of just been playing above it. Now we're doing a retest. So we either can see price retest this level here, and we can look for another sell position, or what I'm waiting for right now is for price to break below this level here. There we go. Price can break below this level here, treat as resistance, and then we can enter off the sell here. Just like how we did on Monday, we waited for price to break this, retest, enter as resistance, price dropped down. Then price on my second position did the same exact thing, broke this level retest, and continued down. And we went over this actually in my most recent video that I dropped a couple days ago. So if you haven't watched my most recent video, make sure to check that out. I'm going to link it in the chat in a little bit. But it's my how to read candlesticks part 2 video. All right, we go over in detail certain candle formations, certain candle types, and then how I use them literally every day to catch moves in the markets. All right, because every single candlestick is giving you hints. You just got to know what you're looking for and what you're looking at. Speaking of which, let's look at GA and see what that's up to. Yes, right now we're going to wait to see how price reacts to this level here, because this was yesterday. So yesterday, if we look at yesterday, we had Australian news for the AUD pairs at 12:30. So if we look right here, this was literally the Australian news. It hit the support level here. Let me bold in it so y'all can see what I'm talking about. It hit the support level here. As soon as news started, was this candlestick here. Shot up, went zone to zone. Then right after the news, price dropped all the way back down. And then it's been playing at this level literally all day yesterday. You see, this is Tuesday. We're in the 15-minute time frame. So each one of these candlesticks represents 15 minutes. Every 4 of these represents an hour. So literally for a good session and a half here, it just played at this daily level on the support. Whoops. Get rid of this. Then we fast forward. Now it's pushing up. So I want to see if price is going to be able to break this level or if it's going to get treated as a resistance, and then we could possibly look for a sell. Because if we go in a bigger time frame, we were catching nice buys on this as well. But just looking at how price is looking right now, depending on how it reacts to this level, we could possibly see a reversal come into play. So we're just going to be chilling and waiting to see how price reacts to that level there. Because again, we're in no rush to enter any trades, not just because we're in this GJ position, but in general, you shouldn't be in a rush to enter any trades. You want to wait for your confirmations And the goal isn't to jump into every trade. The goal is to look for the highest probability, cleanest looking setups, and then wait for those and then enter and execute. So we're just gonna be chilling and waiting to see how price reacts to that. We barely missed the next TP too. So a new 5-minute did just start. We got 5 minutes to the next 15. We're gonna see what happens there. I'm still watching gold. We can pull up the indices in a second as well. Those just joined the stream, go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on the screen how we did last week and last month. Last week we went 14-0 ending the month, catching a total of, let me pull it up, 31,642 pips. Last month we went 55-4, catching 151,295 pips. Yeah, so right now we're currently in this GJ position. Let me post this on my story. And then we're watching gold. We're also watching GN. And then we're just watching GA as well. Now, as far as currency pairs, there might be some positions or we can enter during London session, but the indices in gold, I wouldn't be too shocked if price is kind of just chilling or choppy until FOMC starts, because we see that happen a lot of times too, especially when it comes to FOMC. Let me go ahead and find this video. Here it is. What's going on, Lyra? I see you in here. All right, make sure to check this video out, y'all. This one's going to help y'all out. Because again, like I always tell my students, we make money based on the charts, right? So it's very important for us to understand what we're looking at all times, especially when you're in a trade and we're also looking for setups, all right? If you're ever in a trade and you genuinely don't know what's going on, that is a problem, but it can be fixed. Like I said, it just takes practice and it's very simple. It's not as complicated as you think. You just have to know what you're looking at. So make sure to check this video out. But I see you in here, Lyra. For those watching recorded, this is literally the title of the video, so make sure to check that out. It's my most recent video on the channel. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. We got a few minutes to the next 15, and then we're going to go from there. Yeah, gold's holding as low as support. So like we went over earlier, we could see a possible reversal come into play, but also depending on how the news pops off, this also could just become a lower low getting created as well. But if it continues to treat this low as support, we could possibly see a reversal, because looking at Friday and last week when it hit this level, it rejected harshly. And then, of course, Monday, can't really count Monday. When you look at Monday, it kind of went back and forth. And then yesterday, it kind of just stayed at this level all day. So it's going to be, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. It's going to be simple, though. Like I said, if price continues to pump to the upside, then we're just going to be looking for buys. But we also have the super strong resistance at around 1952, 1954. So even if price hits this, if it rejects this level, we could possibly look for sales still. But if the news causes price to pump up, we're most likely going to be looking for buys. Or if price pushes back down, then we're going to look for sales again. Very simple. Very simple. Of course, I would like to see if we can jump into anything before the news starts. But if it wants to just play around and be choppy, we're just going to wait for it. Because, again, you don't want to enter a trade when it's ranging and choppy. Because when it's ranging, it can break out either way, right? It can break out either way. And you don't know exactly which way it's going to break out until it does so. So if you just wait for it to break out and then you wait for the retest, then you'll have a higher chance, a higher probability of price going your way. And you can save the risk of a loss. We saw that happen with GN on Monday's stream. We've seen that happen a few times before in the past as well. That's just the most recent one I can think of. But then even then, it didn't really hit our stop loss, but we just avoided a slight unnecessary drawdown. That's the only thing. All All right, so a new 15 just started. GJ's up too. GJ's still trying to push up. So we're watching GJ. Well, we're in GJ currently, but we're watching GJ. We're watching GN, looking for another position on GN. I currently have 2 positions on GN. I don't know if I posted on my story. I know I took a screenshot of it. So if I didn't post on my story, I'm going to post it again. But so far, we're up to a great start this week and for the new month. Let me post this. There we go. All right, cool. Then let me screenshot the GJ position. Members, by the way, we are going to be going live for FOMC today. I'm going to post that announcement later, and of course send the link out later. But we are going to be going live today for the news event. Let me post this GJ position. All right, bam. Still watching GN and gold. Yeah, but like I said, would not be too shocked or surprised if price is just slow and choppy for the indices and USD pairs until FOMC or New York pops off. I remember one FOMC. I don't think it was last month. It might have been the month before. But I remember one FOMC. It was literally dead on the charts until FOMC literally started and popped off. Like there was no volume at all until then. Now it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen a lot of the times. Give me 1 second, y'all. But there's also, this is what I want to talk about a lot as well. So there's a lot of stipulations and a lot of people, there's a lot of fear around news events. And there's a reason why. But honestly, once you understand how the news events work, you can make the most money throughout the week on those news days. And we do it all the time, both the free channel and the advanced play signal room. It's very simple. All right, I go over it. I got a video on my YouTube channel as well. I might find it and post a link later, but it's very simple. And it goes back to going with the overall flow and direction of price. All right, 9 times out of 10, the news event is just going to follow what price was already going to do regardless, right? News events are usually on, well, obviously like the end and the beginning of the month, but there's also events throughout the weeks and the month as well. But they usually are on days where if you look on the chart, especially the bigger time frames, price is at a level where if it breaks this level, it can either continue the uptrend or it can or downtrend depending on what we're in, or it could cause a reversal. All right. But it's usually where it's like at a key level of price that needs volume to get broken. And what do we usually see during these news events? We see huge spikes of volume. So news does a few things, right? It does a few things. Of course, it attacks people's, stop losses, buy limits, sell limits, buy stops, sell stops, all that good stuff. But it does a few things as well. Like I said before, it helps push price and gives the market an excuse to do that unnecessary pump in that direction. Because just think about it, news candlesticks are usually huge candlesticks, right? Compared to the candlesticks around it, right? A good example is, let's go back to, not GN, let's go back to GA. Let's go back to GA. So this was the news candlestick on Monday night going into Tuesday morning on GA. Look at this candlestick compared to all the other candlesticks to the left and all the candlesticks to the right of it. You can literally see the difference, right? And that's what the news can do. It gives price an excuse to pump and break levels quicker than it normally would, right? Because if we look to the left, all these candlesticks are small, full of wicks, right? And then as soon as news started, it pumped and went zone to zone. You literally see it started at this level, And then you see it literally tap this level all in one candlestick. Where if we look to the left, it took multiple candlesticks and some retracements to go zone to zone. And then even right here, we see price doing retracements and multiple pumps before even going to the halfway point. All right. So that's what the news does. So if you're able to determine the overall trend and direction price is going, and then the best entry points, which these levels come to play with, then you will be able to make a lot of money and catch the huge moves on those news days. We've done that multiple times in the past in both the free channel and the advanced play signal room. And I got two videos on my YouTube channel as well. I'll drop those links in the chat in a second as well. Just want to look at GJ. Yeah, but we're just chilling right now. What's going on, horse and a carriage? I've seen you in a minute. How you doing? Those just joined the stream. We haven't entered anything yet. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join that free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Go ahead and check that out. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. You see that on the bottom of your screen. Instagram, if you click the story on there, you're going to be seeing screenshots of the positions from yesterday and last night with the members. And also, if you explore the page, you're going to see a lot of good content on there as well. A lot of trading tip videos and trading plan and psychology videos, a shorter format than the YouTube videos. You'll find on both my Instagram and TikTok. So make sure to check those out and hit that follow as well. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. Right now, I'm not expecting too much action on the charts before the news event. But there might be some moves, all right? Because even yesterday, with the bank holiday for the USD pairs, there were still, let me not even say that. There was literally like one or two moves yesterday, but we got into one of them. That's what matters. There's literally always opportunities. Yeah, so we're going to see what happens here. We got a couple minutes to the next 5 minutes starts, but we're just chilling and patiently waiting. Yeah, let me go ahead and update my story right now. Before I do that, though, let me go ahead and drop that video. All right. It's literally titled How to Trade News. Now, there's two parts. The first part is what I'm dropping in the chat. The second part, the first part goes over exactly step by step how I approach news days, going over what times I trade on news events, what times I don't trade, and how I go about looking for entries and positions. And then the second part is me going over two trades that I entered and called out in the free channels, doing exactly what I was talking about. So give me 1 second. How to trade news. Here it is. All right, here's the first video. All right, that's good to hear, horse in the carriage. So that's the first part. So I'm dropping them in order. I'm dropping part 1 and I'm dropping part 2. All right, so make sure to check those out. So this is what it's titled, and the part 2 is in there as well. Yeah, but we're just chilling right now. So if GJ can hold and stay on top of this level of price here to the left, we can continue to try to push up and take out the other highs. But price has just been continuously pushing up. Like I said, we're going to bigger time frames. We can clearly see we're in a bullish uptrend, and we've been catching buys literally since all the way down here. Like, we've been catching buys for a minute. And like I always tell my members and students, if everything's showing us buys, we're going to be looking for buys. AKA, if we're in an uptrend, we're strictly looking for buys. If everything's showing us sells, we're only looking for sells. AKA, if we're in a downtrend, we're strictly only entering sells. All right, and also, why we do that? One, because we're in an uptrend. What does an uptrend mean? That means price is trending to the upside. Downtrend, what does downtrend mean? That means price is trending to the downside. So if price is trending to the upside, why would we look for sells? Same thing, if price is trending to the downside, why would we look for buys? And then let's just look at GJ. Let's go on a naked chart first. All right, bam. So let's just look at GJ. This entire uptrend from here, well, we can say like right here, but let's just keep it simple. From here to here, one, we see way more green candlesticks than red. So that means this proves why exactly we're going for more buys than sells, or strictly buys over sells, because we see way more opportunities for buys than sells. And then on top of that, look at the red candlesticks compared to the green candlesticks. There's way more red than green, and then the green candlesticks, the pumps to the upside are way bigger than the pumps to the downside. And then the red candlesticks are way smaller and filled with more wicks compared to the green candlesticks. So if we look at this right here, there's no reason to even go for sells, right? Because again, we're trying to go with overall direction price. We're not trying to catch every single pip in the market. We're trying to go for the overall direction of price, because if we enter and trade with the trend, we're going to have a higher chance of price going our way. And knows about Cali, PCH in the water. On one beach, and they're just sitting there waiting. What are they waiting for? They're waiting for the wave, right? They're not just jumping on the board, doing random stuff. Oh, let me take this off the screen. I didn't know this was still on there. But they're not just jumping on the board, just trying to ride the waves. They're waiting for the wave to come. And then what do? They ride with the wave. They're not going against the wave. They're not going against the current. They're riding with the wave. And then what happens? They get pushed by the wave and they have fun and enjoy themselves, right? Same thing with trading. We wait for the wave, we enter, we jump on the board, and then we just coast and enjoy ourselves, right? Because when we go to all direction price, once price starts to flow and volume starts to pick up, you literally don't have to be on the charts, right? I'm on the charts for like maybe 1 or 2 hours. If I'm on the, well, let me not scratch that. I'm on my computer at my desk for like 1 to 2 hours on average, sometimes 3, depending on what's going on. Any other time after that is strictly by choice, right? Because I got the app on my phone, and realistically, I'm only at my computer desk when I'm looking at the setups and monitoring the trade when I first enter. Once it's starting to push in my direction, especially once I'm in profit, I get away from my computer and I do what I want for the rest of the day, right? It's that simple. Now, if I was doing like some other type of trading, like scalping or counter trend trading or this, that, and the third, that's when you got to stare at your screen and monitor it super hard, because price can reject and shoot the opposite direction way more harshly and aggressively than with this strategy right here. All right, so we got a couple minutes to the next 15. So we're about to pull up these pairs and see what's going on. All right, so GN is rejecting that level. Even right here, just like we went over with GA, let's look at GN. All last night, it did that dump Tuesday on the 4th, and then all last night, all Tokyo session, what happened? Literally, it's just been ranging in place. Right, it's just been ranging in place. If we zoom out, it's literally just a straight line. It's just been ranging in place. Nothing we can do about that. Even if we would enter right there, just for argument's sake, we wouldn't really catch nothing. We'd just be flickering in and out, blue and red. So price is inching closer to this level. Like I said, we're waiting to see how price reacts to this level. If it can break and hold above it, then we possibly can see the uptrend continue. But I'm kind of leaning towards sells, so I want to see how price reacts to this level. And if it treats it as a resistance, we can possibly look for sells, because it did this harsh drop and it kind of chilled here. But now it's treating as support, did a nice little push, retest. But when going to a bigger time frame, if it treats as resistance, sells kind of make sense. So we're just gonna be chilling, letting price do its thing right there. Let's go ahead and look at the indices. So looking at the indices, we did catch some sells last week, me and the members, but then towards the end of the week, price pushed back up and it's showing that we could possibly see a new higher high get made. It hit this resistance level that it rejected and retraced on last time, and we see price kind of doing possible repeat, but I wouldn't really go. I mean, you could try to jump in on an early sell here, but I wouldn't really go for sells or say that a downtrend or reversal is going to begin unless price can break below and hold below 14,890, 14,895 price range. All right, because we have another strong support level around 15,020, 15,015. And if price does drop and hits this level, it could possibly continue to push up. So again, just going to be depending on what the news does today. If the news pushes price back to the upside, we can see a higher high get made and we can continue to look for buys. Or price gets pushed to the downside, we're going to see how price reacts to these two levels here, and then we'll go from there. Because we do have news tomorrow and Friday as well. Tomorrow we have ADP at 8:15. Then at 15 minutes later, we got unemployment claims. And then at 10 a.m., we got ISM services and Joe's job openings. So we got 3 different USD news events tomorrow. That's pretty much it. Everything else, there's no news. But with the USD news, that usually affects a lot of the other pairs that we like to trade as well. And then looking at Friday, we got Canadian news and USD news at 8:30. And then we got some Canadian news at 10. And that's pretty much it. So after 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it's going to be a pretty smooth rest of the day on Friday. So that's how this week's looking. Then looking at US30, very similar to NAS, but we have this level right here is on. So it's on a support level here. So US30 is slightly different. Depending on how price reacts here, we could look for a possible buy at this level. We'd have to wait to see how this 15 reacts. I got to add a new level too. Yeah, I got to add a new level. Yeah, so I'm going to update my levels on US30. I haven't traded in a while. And then let's pull up SPX. Daily. Didn't enter these trades. These were just positions I had set up. I like to have my buy and sell ideas written up. But looking at SPX, same thing. So we do have a slight, we do have an imbalance to the left that is getting hit. The 50 got hit last time. That's what caused the retracement there. Then price, just like NAS, pushed up back to the upside. So looking at SPX, same thing. We could see a possible retracement down to around 42.25. And then we could also look for a buy setup there into a new higher high. So that's what I'm kind of looking at right here. If price doesn't push back up and hold above 44.45, we can look for possible buys there. Do I trade oil? I haven't traded in a minute. I haven't traded it since like first quarter. I'm not against oil. It just got a little bit wonky. And there was other cleaner looking setups. So I kind of just left it alone for a little bit. As we can see here, super rangy. So there was some possible moves, but super rangy and not as clean looking compared to the other pairs. So that's why I haven't really been trading oil. But we used to trade oil a lot in the past. So you see right here, these are some positions we took in the past. But as you can see, we haven't traded it since like March. And this was the beginning of March. So yeah, first quarter. We haven't traded it since first quarter. But as you can see, it's just been super ranges. There has been some moves here or there or some swing positions, but it hasn't been as clean as you can see here in the past. It was like there was clean moves we could catch. So I just decided to leave it alone for right now because, compared to look at that, just look at US oil and then look at NAS, right? A lot cleaner looking, and we caught a lot more moves, right? And then even if we look at GJ, a lot cleaner looking, right? We caught a lot more moves. Or if we look at Even this, a lot cleaner looking, right? There's a lot cleaner moves we can catch. It's not as choppy and rangy, right? So that's why I've been just leaving it alone. Nothing against it. I made a lot of money last year and the beginning of this year on oil. It's just, again, it's trading is about, you want to start with a couple pairs. Like I tell my students, you want to start off with like 4 pairs. You want to have gold. That's a pair literally any account size can trade. I mean, assuming you have like at least $150, $200 in your account, you can trade gold. Anything higher than that, of course, you can trade gold. So you want to have gold. Then you want to have an indice. So depending on your account size, that can be NAS, US30, SPX. But you want to have gold. You want to have an indice, and then you want to have 2 currency pairs, right? If you have 4 pairs that you get to know, there's literally almost a super rare chance or possibility that one of those is not going to be a setup that you can jump into, right? And also, because if you look at some traders, there's some traders that trade only 1 pair, which is nothing wrong with that. But when you only trade 1 pair, there's going to be days where there's not clean setups. And on those days, you're not going to be able to trade. So if you have multiple pairs to look at, especially if you have 4 pairs, you're bound to have at least one of those pairs have a setup you can look at and enter. Because again, you want to look at clean looking setups that are going to look like they're going to give you a high probability of going in your direction. If price is rangy and choppy, that's where people come into play and be like, oh, this is gambling, or it's a little bit riskier. But if we look at NAS or GJ, where we see prices clearly in an uptrend and it's clearly breaking levels and clearly pumping, and we go for buys, especially if we enter off these key price levels where we're going to a smaller time frame, and then we zoom in, where you see we entered off this level here. You see there's a key support level, bounced off. We entered off this level here. This seems off a little bit. Maybe it was like this. I don't know. But bounce out up. Even right here, when price hit this level, touched this level, shot down. Looking right here, we entered off this level, shot up. Let me zoom in so y'all can see actually. You see how price pushed up, did the retest right off this level, shot up, right? Look at this buy, shot up. We'll go with the overall direction of price. That's how we're able to have such high percentage win rates week after week, month after month, quarter after quarter. All right. Once you know how to read the charts, you understand what you're looking at, you just got to stick to your rules. And then once you do that, it's just rinse and repeat. Because you're looking for the same setups every single day. Only thing that changes is the trend, news events, holidays, but you're literally going on the charts the same times every day, and you're looking for the same types of setups every day. What's going on, Sparky? I see you in here. Yeah, GU's cool. Like I said, that we used to trade that a lot too. I just haven't traded it in a while. Nothing against it. There were some nice moves last month and last quarter. I just haven't traded it because those that was here in the beginning, you already know we used to have like a bunch of charts. So we used to look at like no lie, like 20 different pairs every single day. Like if you go to code 1 year is no longer valid, but if you just like go to like the beginning of, well, not like a year ago, you'll see like we're taking out, some days we're taking like 8 different trades. We're taking like 6 to 8 trades on average back in the day. Like right here, we see we took 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades. Okay, that's normal. Let me see if we can find a day where we took like a bunch of different trades. But if you look at like some of the older live streams from last year, we used to have like a bunch of charts up. And I mainly was doing that just to show people like I wasn't just bullshitting. Okay, this is a weekly recap. I'm trying to see if I can just find a random day. Last time I was right on the dot and found a random day. Let me see. Yeah, but if you go into free signal room, first thing in the description, you click that pinned message, it'll take you to literally a year ago. and you can just scroll and see how we've been consistently averaging high 80%, high 90% monthly, weekly, and quarterly for over a year. You also see, of course, student results, student testimonials, all that good stuff. So this is a day. So on one day, this day we took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades in one day. And if you look at how we do usually nowadays, we take maybe 4, 5 trades a day. And that's between all 3 sessions. Back then, that was when we were strictly just trading London and New York. But now we trade all 3 sessions. But I was mainly doing that just to show. Because I used to always tell people, like, people will miss my signals and be like, oh, of course you missed my signal. Or if you're trading based off my signal, you missed a trade, you're going to want to like try to make up for that trade. So I used to always tell people, like, it doesn't matter what session it is, doesn't matter what time it is. Well, time does kind of matter, but you get what I mean. If the market is open, there's opportunities. You just got to know what pair to look at, and you just got to be there before the move happens. So that's why I started trading Tokyo session this year, because all last year I didn't trade Tokyo session. I started that this year. But yeah, we're just chilling and waiting right now. We got a few minutes until the next 15. But yeah, price is doing pretty much what I expected to do. This is why we didn't go live yesterday also, because one, it was a bank holiday on the USD pairs, and that's going to affect a lot of other pairs, not just the USD pairs, which we literally saw. Like, we look at GJ on Monday and on yesterday, was very, very rangy. Very, very rangy. A couple moves you could have caught, but it was very rangy. Let's see. This is up to. Oh, my thing froze on me. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, cool. That's been shot up. Actually, let's look at the Euro pairs too. London going smoothly for me already. All trades blue GA, Euro CAD, CAD waiting for your signal, brother. Call it a day. Well, you was telling me about the CHF pairs too, and I totally forgot to look at those. You were telling me about that last week too, or 2 weeks ago. I totally forgot to look at that, because it was like, for me, like, once a pair is super choppy for like 2 weeks, sometimes depending on the pair, I'm like, I'm done looking at it, and I just stop looking at it for like a month. It ends up being a month or 2 months. I just forget about it, and that's what happened with some of the CHF pairs. And that's what happened with the Canadian pairs too, because we used to trade Canadian pairs a lot as well. And I might bring those pairs back up, but I mean, there's no real reason why I stopped trading them. Actually, no, I think it was one of those days where it was like super rangy, and it was just playing around too much. And then like we took a trade like either 2 days in a row, and I forgot what happened, but I'm pretty sure like it kept on ranging, like hitting stop loss and then just ranging back and forth. So I decided to just stop trading it, because there was other pairs. Like, again, we look at GC and we compare that to NASDAQ, or we compare that to GJ, or even if we compare it to GBPAUD, a lot cleaner compared to what we see right here. So again, it's all about just options. You want to look at multiple different pairs, or in the beginning, the handful of pairs. Then you want to figure out, see where price is currently at on all pairs, and then figure out the trend and direction, and then also determine which ones have the cleanest looking setups that will give you the highest probability of pumping and going in your direction in general. Woke up from a bad dream. I'm ready to rock. Hey, do you remember it? Because sometimes I can, it'd be crazy. Sometimes I'll remember it. Like I'll be dreaming, right? And I know what's going on. Then as soon as I wake up, I forget that shit. Or I'll remember, I'll like, you know what, like when you remember it, but you can't like explain it. Like you just know you remembered it, but if someone asks you like what happened, you can't say anything. It's just like, I remember it, but like you just can't put it into words. Or maybe that's just me. But sometimes I can remember that shit, and sometimes I can't. Hello, how to identify a good trade and enter in the trade? Correct me if I'm wrong. Either it was you or someone Monday asked a similar question. Either way, I'll answer it. I have no problem. Just give me a second. New 15 just started. Yeah, that's a good question, but it's pretty simple. We're gonna go over in just a second. All right. Yeah, I'm just watching GM because I am still in this trade, but my stop losses are in profit on both positions. But yeah, we're gonna answer that question in just a second. Let me just make sure we're not missing any possible plays or positions. All right, cool. We'll just join the stream. We haven't entered this yet. Well, this was a trade from yesterday and Monday. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal Room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. You click that, you'll be able to check that out for yourselves. We're going to pull it up and go over in a second as well. All right, cool. So I just went through all the pairs. We're not really missing anything. All right, so the question is how to identify a good trade and enter the trade. It's very simple. Now, if you watch any of my trade breakdowns, it'll kind of explain exactly how to do so. But if I was just to explain it on live, it's very simple. The first step into taking any trade is to go on the bigger time frames. I usually tell my members and students to go on the daily, but you want to go on a minimum at least a 4 hour. It doesn't matter if you're scalping, doesn't matter if you're swing trading. Well, swing trading, you want to go on a bigger time frame, but day trading, scalping, you want to start on the daily and 4 hour. It doesn't matter because, again, you want to go with the overall direction of price. Even if you're scalping, you still want to enter positions that price is going overall, right? So if price is bullish, even if you're scalping, you want to still look for buys, right? Now, scalping, depending on the way you scalp, there are a few exceptions. But again, I personally just don't like the counter trend trade because, like we just saw earlier with GJ, well, let's just pull up GJ really quick. Like we see right here with GJ, way more green candlesticks than a red. And we're in an uptrend. Just like if we're in a downtrend, we're going to pull up gold because gold's in a downtrend currently. Let's go and naked chart. Just like with a downtrend, you see way more red candlesticks than green candlesticks. So simply just off that, if we see more green than red, we should be looking to enter buys an uptrend, vice versa. So that's the first thing you need to do. You need to identify the trend. If you don't know how to identify the trend, I literally have a video on my YouTube channel titled How to Identify the Trend. And I'm about to drop that in the chat for you right now. To identify a trend. And this is me assuming, by the way, that you have a basic understanding at least of how to read the candlesticks and the charts. If you don't know how to do that, you got to do that first. All right, you got to figure out how you have to learn how to do that first. And my most recent video will help you out with that. So you just hit my profile, go to videos. My most recent video will help you out with that. Give me 1 second. All right, bam. I see the other comments too. I'm gonna catch up to that in a second. So that's the first thing you want to do, right? You want to identify the trend. So the first thing is go to a bigger time frame. Second thing is identify the trend. Once you identify the trend, Excuse me, give me one second. Excuse me. Someone must be talking about me. So once you identify the trend, then you need to figure out where you're going to enter at, right? So if we're in an uptrend, we're going to be looking for buys. If we're in a downtrend, we're going to be looking for sells. Now we just got to figure out where we're going to enter at. And that's where identifying these levels comes into play, right? In the course and in advanced play signaling, I teach y'all how to identify these key levels, but I also have videos on YouTube for free explaining how to do it. Of course, I'm not super as in depth or step by step, but it's basically the basics that's going to kind of help you out. And in my most recent video, I go over it as well. But as you can see here, literally how price consistently reacts and treats these levels as support and resistance, right? So if we see how price, every time they hit these levels, they consistently reject or respect them, right? When price hit this level here, what do we see? It's getting treated as resistance, harsh rejection to the downside, harsh rejection to the downside, harsh rejection to the downside, right? We see price treating this level as support, pump to the upside, pump to the upside, price treating this level as support, pump, 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 pump to the upside, wick. This was a news candle. No, this wasn't actually. Pump to the upside, right? So then you want to trade off these levels because this will you trading off these levels and also trading with the direction the price is going overall is what will give you a higher percentage and likelihood of price going your way and a higher win rate. All right. So that's basically what you want to do. So now how to identify a good trade is simply looking at the chart. If the chart's clean looking, not super choppy, then you'll have a higher probability of price pumping and going your way without struggle, right? So here, this is smooth flow of price. Right here, this is where it was a little bit choppy. You see a lot of wicks here and stuff like that. But that's basically it. If it's a clean looking trend, basically uptrend looks like this, right? Downtrend looks like this. The closest things to looking like this or this are going to be what you want to look for. Obviously, price isn't going to always look this clean and perfect, but whoops. Let's try that again. But we put this right here. You can still see higher highs and higher lows being made, right? And then same thing. Can't really find a downtrend on here, but you get the point. But sometimes it's not going to look like that. But that's basically it, right? Again, not every day is it going to look, not every pair or every trend is going to look beautiful or standard like this. But as long as you understand what it looks like and what to look for, you'll get the gist. And that's what's important. But also pair chop, the cleanest setups you're going to catch are going to be in uptrends and downtrends. To answer your question, let's pull up these other pairs and see what's going on. Can you look at NAS? Yeah, I looked at NAS already, but basically ain't nothing going on right now. Waiting for it. I'll pull it up. I got you. Went for a buy on Monday on it. Hit TP1. Technically hasn't hit the stop loss. I sent the signal for the members yet. But looking at price here, if we look to the left, this is the resistance level that caused price to do a slight retracement last week. And then it hit that level and it's rejecting again. So depending on how the news goes today, if price can be above this level, we can continue to look for buys. Or if price retraces down to here, we can still even look for buys. I wouldn't consider long-term sales unless price breaks below 14,900. But there are still possible sell positions, but I'm still going to be looking for mainly buys as of now. Because again, I go with the overall direction of price. Retracements, I'm not really going for or getting too excited about. But that's pretty much what I'm looking at with NAS. No problem. I'm glad that helps you out. I hope that helped other people out as well. So looking at GA, You literally see on the daily how it's rejecting and treating that level as resistance. Exactly what we was talking about at the beginning of this live. Now, I didn't hit the golden level like I wanted to. It hit my secondary level. And if I would have entered off this level, I'd be in profit. But I wanted to see it hit this level first and then break below this level. But again, sometimes price doesn't do that. Now, there's also a chance price can still hit that level, then drop. So I'm not going to jump into this trade. I'm just going to still wait for either price to hit this level and then go from there. Or if price can break below this level, then we'll go from there. But I'm not tripping at all. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's going in and out right now. It's going in and out right now. Yeah. But if it's still bad, one thing you do is just refresh the stream. Sometimes that helps. But we're about to be ending this in a second, anyways. But yeah, it was bugging out. I was seeing that on my end as well. I think it's because I don't know. I gotta figure out my Wi-Fi thing because I got the max, but I be on the internet a lot, so I think the max is enough. I think I need to get a second one. I don't know, but I think it's gonna reset in a little bit because the one I have it has like a max, but it's unlimited. But like when you hit the max, it will start to bug out. But I called them and I was like, "Give me the highest plan y'all got," and they gave me that, and it was working fine until it started bugging out like either Saturday. I want to say probably Saturday. So I might just reset it after the stream because I know that helps sometimes. But we're going to be getting off here in a second anyway, so I'm not tripping too much about that. Those just join the stream. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join a free signal room, free Telegram. But yeah, pretty much price is doing what we expected. Not really too much. And by not really too much, I mean it's not, it's just been kind of ranging, playing around, hugging these daily levels and 4 hour levels. And that's not too much of a surprise because we do have FOMC later today. Members, like I said, we're going to be going live for FOMC today. That's pretty much the only news event we got. We got OPEC meetings all day. And then later all on market reopens, we got some Australian news. But that's pretty much it. So looking at price here, same thing with NAS. We're at this resistance level. If price can break and hold this level, we can see a higher high and the uptrend continue. Did get wicked out. Gonna be looking for another re-entry on this. So basically right here, I'm waiting to see if price can break back above. If price can break back above entry level support, I'm gonna re-enter. But if it rejects it to the downside, I'm just gonna watch it and look for the next possible entry on it. But that's pretty much it. And then GN, we're still gonna be looking for sells on GN as of now. Looks like price is about to try to reattempt to break this level. So we're just gonna move this over to the right. I'm only in these two positions right here. So I'm in GN, got worked out at GJ. I'm looking for another entry onto GJ, and then I'm watching the indices. And that's pretty much going to be the game plan for today. And then also GA, waiting for it to either hit that 4 hour level or to break back below the daily level. But that's pretty much it for today. As far as Thursday, I want to see price get back kind of to normal tomorrow, especially during Tokyo session when market reopens. If not, definitely next week. Kind of started off the week a little rough, not in a bad note because we are up for the day. I mean, up for the week, but I'm talking about like volume wise because we have the bank holidays to start off the week. Is what it is though. But looking at next week, we can see it a lot normal looking. Wednesdays and Thursdays are pretty much kind of how those news events go. But we do have some bank holidays Thursday and Friday as well. We got New Zealand bank holiday. Then we got another Euro holiday, but for France this time. But we'll worry about that next week. Yeah, so basically we're going to either wait for price to hit this golden level here, or we're going to wait for price to break back below this level here and look for possible sells. But if price breaks above this level, we're going to wait to see how it reacts to this daily level, and then we're going to go from there. UJ. I don't have my levels on UJ, so I'm not going to look at UJ. As far as JPY pairs, lately I just been trading GJ and sometimes EJ. That's pretty much it. So I'm not gonna really. I don't have no levels on UJ, so I'm not gonna really talk about UJ. All right, y'all. If y'all hit that first link, you're gonna see how we did this week so far. We caught 130 pips yesterday on GN. I'm still holding these positions, looking for a possible third position on this right here. But we entered this on Monday. We didn't enter it live on Monday's stream. Why is my thing doing that? Okay, there we go. We didn't enter live on Monday's stream. We was waiting for the setup all on the stream, but we entered it a few hours later. Actually, it wasn't a few hours later. It was a long few hours later. Why is my thing bugging out like that? But with all trades, you're going to see my personal entry, SLs, TPs. You're going to see how many people viewed or entered the trade, the time the trade was posted, the reactions, the TPs getting hit, screenshots of the positions, all that good stuff. Then on your screen, you see right here, this is how we did last month. We went 55-4, only took 4 losses last month, giving us a 93% win rate for the month. I got to do the math and calculate the quarter. I'm probably going to have that done at the end of this week. We're going to tally up how we did last quarter as well. And then last week, of course, we went undefeated, 100% win rate, 14-0, catching a total of 31,462 pips. All right, so make sure to hit that first link and join the description. First link in the description. Join the free sitting room, free Telegram. Let's pull up EJ and see what EJ is looking like. Yeah, the JPY pairs are retracing down. EJ looks slightly different on the daily. The way EJ's looking, it already rejected that resistance already, and it's dropping to the downside. So depending on how it reacts to this daily level here, if it breaks below that, we could possibly see a reversal. So it's either going to, so GJ could end up following EJ's lead like this day. This day could end up, today's candlestick can end up looking like yesterday's daily on EJ. But we're going to see how price reacts to the support level here. Because last time price did that, as you can see here, it caused this wick. So we could see a potential repeat there. But price can break and hold that level. We could look for possible sells and or possible reversal on the JPY pairs. Well, that's pretty much it, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because we don't just live trade and live stream every day, but we got countless videos on this channel as well. We just dropped one a couple days ago, but we got countless trade breakdown videos, trading plan videos, trading tip videos, trade psychology videos. We got videos on risk to reward. We got videos on pips, all types of stuff. And we're going to be back at it tomorrow, same time, London session, 3 a.m. EST.